Hello everybody, this is Shrikant. So today I'm gonna talk about the Google Sheet, basic scraping via the Google Sheet. I'm just gonna create a Google Sheet, scraping via scraping basics via Google Sheet. My voice and the screen recording may does not synchronize because I have opening I have recorded the voice after video. Okay. There are many websites with the same content, some content like a table or list or something like that. But what happen is that if you want to get that data, most of the time basic works does not work. There is a formula in Google Sheet, specifically Google Sheet, like import html. What it does is that it needs an url any website. Like for us, this is the website we are going to use of the w3 schools html tables, and there are some parameters. Like this second parameter is query, which uh, need an option like list or table. It can get the data from table or list in available in a website, and then the number of the table or a list. um, Here we want the first table, so we are just gonna go with the one, and here just need an allow access. Okay, see, the all data of the table is automatically imported in a website in Google Sheet. There is also a second table. Let's take this and two. Okay, this there is some issue with the parsing of the table tag. Oh, okay, don't worry about it. Okay, okay, whatever. Let's go to any other website. Okay, this is an table information of Wikipedia page. Okay, yes, as you can see, it get the data from that website without even we watching the table actually from website, and it only works with the static website. Now, if you, I'm just gonna go with an example of what is the static website. Like, just consider this. Wait a minute. Okay, as your browser window, your browser, and this is an URL, or you are visiting any website, like for example google.com. It shows something like this, right? But what happen is that your PC or your mobile or whatever the device you are using, it contacts the website, which is also an other computer called as server, which may look like a CPU. Oh, okay, okay, whatever. I just paired up the video. Okay, the server, it called as a server, and what its work is that whenever somebody come to a website, and the server handling the website find the file where it is stored in its file manager. Like, it have an file called html file. It just send that file to download on our browser and show that. See, and this type of websites are called static website because server does not make anything any changes in the file. Okay, these are called the server side rendered website, meaning the, but sometimes this server just creates an program and send it to us, and it called client side rendered website, because it's loaded after, yeah, our page is being loaded. Like it shows a loading button before and then work with the file. And this type of websites are unable to scrape because they are showing loading screen and whatever the jumbo wumbo, which cannot be scraped. Let me just show. These are not service only. Let me just show you an example. Okay, whatever. We're gonna go with that after like some time. Okay, just wait a minute. I'm gonna scrape a list from and this website. See, now it have a list somewhere. Okay, this is the list it have scraped. It have only scraped the first list. Okay, the below part of the list, obviously, and the table. It have a normal table also. I'll just name it as here as list. Let's just change this sheet name to Google table and lists. This second list, the import XML. We're going to talk about the import XML. What happens is that it can get the data from multiple type of data like XML, HTML, CSV, or whatever we call, and it needs an XPath query. If you search the what is the XPath query, it's like some kind of a syntax or a language which can find the position of any part of website. Let me just show you what is a website. Any website developer creates a file, whatever they are technology using, they are just gonna create a text file which is called index.html, and it have this same as it is part. You can consider them as header and footer and whatever. Okay, and this is similar to a word file. Let me create a word file with, this is the paragraph in my word file, but they have to specify the p tag. This is the paragraph. My name is Shrikant. Okay, see, and if I want to add words in it, I have to add it under the p tag. See, in word we don't have to specify the this is a paragraph. It automatically understand that this is a paragraph. But for any website developer, they have to specify this part is specifically a paragraph. See, if I want to make this part bold, I have to add the b tag. See, if I want to make this italic, I just have to use I italic. See, so just the developer has to inform everything to a browser. If they want to create a second paragraph, they just can copy the same p tag again. But if I add the multiple spaces under this, it does not work because it automatically strips that. There for that, it's also a br tag, which is like new line. See, the new line. Like there are some rules to create an web page which has to be completed by a website developer, any website developer. And they sometimes what they do is they create an object, or what you call as identifying something which can design. You can consider this as a template in another website. Like it has created a bold data. They can't every time just use the b tag, t tag, वगैरह वगैरह. They have to use something identifiable. So they use the bold data like a identifier which can be used anywhere, like multiple times if possible, and they have ability to change the complete intensity from 0 to 600 or anything like that. In word, that does not happen. You have to just have two options: you can make it bold or you cannot make it bold. There may be some extra options by some tweaks, but uh, it's by default built in for web developer. Now, what is the XPath? XPath is a method of pointing the address of website. Like for example, this is the a tag. It have w3 left. It's a left aligned and it is a button. If I remove it, it does not look like a button. If I want to find this, like //a at the red class, which is we just copied, w3 left and w3 btn. Okay, if I just enter, see there are two a tags here. uh, this does not look like there are two. Okay, let's just copy for it now. As you can see, it have an href. So I'm gonna go with the url first, then the xpath. We just let just copy again. Okay, here double quotes does not work under the parent double quotes, so I'm just gonna change it to the single quote. See, okay, okay, it does have two links. Let's just see. Okay, this is the second link. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna go with the first link. For that, I have to add the adapter it square bracket 1. Okay, it does not work. I'm just gonna wrap it under the round brackets and then the square bracket 1. Okay, this is the first link in website. Okay, but we don't want the text content under it. We want a url available at under it. As you can see, it have an url named dom_html.asp. it's uh, it's small part of a url. Okay, and which is an @href, because it's an attribute, just like class. It's an attribute. See, it kept copied the attribute part. Okay, let's just see this. Okay, as you can see, it have a pattern, like it's have a attribute named target, which is equal to underscore top, and it have href. We want the href from it. Okay, this type of XPath we are gonna use to capture all the urls in this website, this left section, I mean, with the underscore top. Let's just change this to okay, tar underscore top. uh no, let's just change this target equal to single quotes. We are underscore top. We are gonna remove the one number and then this square bracket, round bracket, enter. Okay, all the url has been captured. See, we don't have to copy each and every url. They are all just okay, there's some garbage also script. Okay, but whatever, we're just gonna go with it. Paste as value. Okay, then we are gonna create an complete url from it. For us, I think this is the first pass. Let's check. Okay, this is the same path for every part of that section. Okay, concat single quote, no, double quotes, then a1. See, it captured all the urls. It have this many of urls. Just we are just gonna go with it as it is. URL, link, and something we can scrape. Let's just take this heading. This is an h1. If we try to check double slash h1, how many h1 is here? Only one of one. Okay, so let's just think that there is only one h1 in every website, in every web page. Okay, think, okay, heading equal to import xml, then the url which is b2, and xpath which is slash slash h1. We just found the heading from website. Okay, let's okay, what happened? I think it have, the heading is divided under two parts. Why does that happen? Let's just check the under the content. Okay, it have divided into two sections, xml and then the tutorial. We are gonna use the text join here because it's some kind of list, not the individual. Because okay, text join, then the delimiter. Okay, it it creates an extra space, so I'm just gonna change the delimiter to, okay. If I just continue this, see, I did not have to go to each and every website, and it just loading the heading of every website. There is also an limitation of how many url can you can call uh, in Google Sheet, but it's kind of efficient way of making your work. You just have to. And there is also an option of how you can identify the static websites. They are the static or not the static. uh, Let me show you this. There is a part of view page source. If you right click and then view page source, you can find the values which is visible in website. This is a part which is sent directly by the server to us. But there are some type of websites which are called client side loaded websites. For this, as you can see, this is, let's just copy this and view page source, not the inspect. And if we try to control F, see, nothing, it's not available. This type of websites are the client side websites. And client side rendered website, they show a loading symbol or something like that, and then some data came. And this type of website cannot be loaded in Google Sheet. But any static website which is identified with the view source can be loaded or directly used in a Google Sheet. uh, it just a way of finding data faster. It's more advanced with the programming part, but we can work with that in future videos. But for now, bye.